All right, thank you, Lena. It's been 1 year since one of the deadliest avalanches in state history. 4 people died in an unintentional slide. This was up Mill Creek Canyon back on February 6th of last year. The avalanche spanning 1,000 feet wide, burying 7 of the 8 skiers on the slope that day. Those skiers were out in 2 different groups near the Wilson Glade area of Mill Creek Canyon. One group was at the top, the other at the bottom. Both were ascending when the slide broke, at the top, sweeping nearly everyone along with it. ABC4's Jordan Burrows live near where that avalanche happened. And Jordan, you're speaking with family members of the victims tonight. So how are they remembering their loved ones a year later?
Yeah, we start with this fact. This time last year was the deadliest week of avalanches in American history, according to the National Avalanche Center. Since they've been tracking deaths, more than 100 deaths happened in avalanches this time last year. When I spoke to the families today, of course, they are hurting even 1 year later, but they're doing what they can to make sure that their loved ones' memories live on. The video speaks for itself. February 6th, 2021. It was the deadliest avalanche in the last 29 years in Utah. It killed 4 skiers, all in their 20s.
It just mostly feels like loss still.
The lives lost include Sarah Mogamian, Stephanie Hopkins, Lewis Hollian, and Thomas Steinbrecher.
I hear there's a time that you get to the point where you appreciate the blessing of knowing her. And I think we're kind of getting there, but it's hard.
Sarah's mother, Jill, says she and her family talk about her daily. The conversations are filled with sadness, but also joy.
We do have discussions among ourselves. It's like, why did she, feel a need to do such dangerous things? But that was her. That was her personality, to live life to the fullest.
Sarah, Lewis, and Thomas were a part of one group. Steph a part of another. Both groups had 4 people. The Utah Avalanche Center's final report on the 1,000-foot by 400-foot slide says Sarah, Lewis, and Thomas's group skied Wilson Glade 3 times already before the avalanche broke loose, burying all but one of the skiers involved. The Steinbrecher family says Thomas and Lewis were best friends and died doing what they loved. They were true outdoorsmen.
When he took his last breath, he could feel good about his life. I think he lived a good life.
Stephanie was a nurse in a neurocritical care unit at the University of Utah Health. Sarah was with her soulmate at the time, who dug her out of the snow but could not resuscitate her.
And I do believe I'm going to see Sarah again in heaven, but it's going to be a while, because I intend to live for a while.
Jill tells me her family has set up a scholarship fund through the nonprofit called Elevated Mountain Guides. It's a nonprofit to support underprivileged youth and their way to get outside and explore adventures throughout Utah, especially in the valley. Reporting live outside of Mill Creek Canyon, Jordan Burrows, ABC4 News.